Hey everybody, this is Way to Fail, back with more Child of Light, where today we are continuing the quest with Aurora as we are actually about to enter into the first dungeon of the game. Ooh, I guess one could say. So I am just going to be going into this. Like I said, if you didn't watch this game much before, it is very much a traditional RPG, but it does have a very nice aesthetic to it. Whoa, Jesus. Not what I expected there. Very nice aesthetic, but it's also in a dream state, so things are kind of violent and scary sometimes. So we do have a ambush here, and unfortunately, I'm probably about to get the crap knocked out. Oh, dodged. That's fortunate. All right, so we do have a little guy here who is, I don't want to know what he's doing, but we are going to see if we can kill him first, and then we may be trying to cast a spell on the other guy. Fortunately, he's vulnerable to fire, so that's a start. Now, I do need to watch my MP just a little bit, but I can have some limitations and be okay, or make some use of it. So 14, and look at that, I interrupted his ability here, as he's doing something that's very slow, but I'm not going to get my attack off in time, so let's defend. That's a little unfortunate, but he's going to gather strength, so that's actually really good for me. See how much faster that I go? That's the benefit of defending at the right time. So slash with fire, 8 damage, that's enough. So surprise attack, who cares? 136. So that's good experience for me, and we have a, fortunately, because this is kind of a, I guess you call it a demo area, a very fancy little, conveniently placed wish tree. Firefly elixir, let's see what that is. Replenish Igniculus's light meter. I gotta get better at reading these things. And if you don't know who that is, that's your Firefly, whose name has not been introduced yet. So, yay, maybe. I don't know if that's not really sequence breaking, but feels like that's not necessarily the area you're supposed to be going, since it's supposed to be following a voice. And apparently I'm also supposed to be platforming. This is an RPG, not a puzzle platformer, and sometimes it does show a little bit here, but let's jump into this fight. Not much else to do other than just keep going. Some fights are avoidable. This does not seem like one of them. So you do get little tips like this. Some enemies are vulnerable to magic, and if I don't slow... Uh-oh. Gonna interrupt me. See, that's what happens when I try and get a little too greedy right here. So Dreary Gust, I'm gonna take quite a bit of damage here, unfortunately, but he's gonna die, so we don't need to worry about him too much now, because they're vulnerable to fire. Somehow the ghosts are not vulnerable to fire, breaking traditional RPG rules and all of that. So let's go ahead. Do I have 8 mana? Yes, I do. So we'll be able to cast here pretty well, and that's actually going to interrupt her, or it should. So look at that, going all the way back. You just got to learn the combat system for some of these things, and I don't think... Is that attack? No, that attack's not going to come off in time, so let's defend again. And we're actually going to need to get some more stuff here. Like I said, if I was just playing on easy, this would be a cakewalk, and I could just kind of do whatever I wanted. But because this is on hard, you got to kind of think about your stuff, even on the basic fights like this. And fortunately, she died. And did I level up? No. So I don't remember if you gain all of your stats or not immediately upon leveling up. So we'll have to pay attention there. And there's another one of those jokers right there. Aurora, says the voice. The door is blocked. How do we unlock it? Probably something to do with that guy sitting up there. And I guess if I approach him, he's going to make me go, ah, again, all of a sudden. So we do have our little Pippi things, which for some reason just makes me think of a childhood show that at least I watched, Pippi Longstocking or something, my first childhood crush, many people's. But of course, that kind of dates me for what era I am, because some are going to be like, what the hell is that? And Nickelodeon was a thing back then. It was. It wasn't just cartoons. There's a lot of live action stuff. I guess there is kind of some stuff today, but not really what we're going into right now. So down and over. And just like that, moving one platform around, we have another ghost person. I'm going to jump into him. Hopefully that avoids the surprise attack. It's not like Super Mario RPG where you just jump on people's heads and hope for the best. So let's see if we can do this time. We are going to try and slow her down. Kill little guy first. So she's just going to be able to attack me once. I just hope she doesn't do a lot. Dreary Gust, 6 damage. That does add up over time. So we're going to do the usual Starlight. And I don't think I'm going to get a second attack off in time, unfortunately. Though we do have some interesting balloons or something flying in the back up there, so... that did slow down quite a bit. I think this is going to be really close. Yeah, I got it, barely. Alright. Victory for Aurora, as we're not quite leveled up yet. And I don't remember exactly if I gain all my stats back upon leveling up, so I'm not going to have to rely on that. But we do want this, as unfortunately that'll lead me all the way back down there, so I don't want it that badly. Let's go into this room. Nothing could possibly be scary about going into a dungeon room like this, as we have a what looks like a nice Steamworks. And a block. So how on earth do we travel up high? I wish you could fly. Aurora, illuminate the oculi. So we have all kinds of hard rhyming. Let me try. So some people could say the writer here tried a little bit too hard to rhyme, but I see the point and the reason they did it. I don't mind it. It's not super corny, super cheesy. It's not awful done. I think it adds to the character of the game pretty well, but light it up! So we have now this going down, and I don't know if I need to light it up again to go up. Probably. Perhaps. Let's try it again. There we go. So one down, one up. So what do you think of the rest of these vats? Hopefully not children. Oh no, what if it's cats? What if it's cats, then we'd say, haha, the cats had it coming. Some other words. That wasn't very nice to cats. I used to like cats a lot more, and then I had some, cats did not lead themselves to be very liked, let me put it like that. So we do have another switch over here, and unfortunately, I think we're going to have to push some of the blocks around. And I know some of you are like, get to the action. Well, to get to the action, you gotta do the block thing over here. So fortunately, this should give me another opportunity to heal. Maybe. Guess I'll have to chase the little pips at some point. Alright. Going back over here, and we have more recovery. There we go. There's a lot more life available in this game now that I figured out. When the first time I was playing this, I really didn't quite appreciate how important it was to get those in order. I just like, wow, sometimes the glowy things appear, sometimes they don't. Yeah, it's like free recovery handed out like candy. But we are gonna not fall off or get squished in the Steamworks, because this is apparently a monastery, a steampunk monastery. Which sounds like the kind of book that you'd see all over bookstores. They still exist in some of these sci-fi sections or something, because steampunk is, not that it ever really left, but it's making a pretty hefty comeback. And yeah, there's a switch there. Like I said, I did play some of this game before, but yeah, you want to get a block up the stairs here, as I failed to recover at the very end here. Maybe I can go through that door again. Can I go through that door again? Because I'd like to get some heal up if possible. Whoop. Oh, looks like we actually have a whole other area up here. That's interesting. Well, it's nice to come back there, because there is apparently a whole other place to go up here, and how do we do that? Okay. Well, apparently that door opens, so that's useful information. But just have to come back to that a little bit later. Once again, I like going left here, as we have another scary person, I guess you could say. And what do we got? A rough sapphire. That's interesting. So what does rough sapphire give me? Add water damage to melee attacks. Water strong on fire, weak to lightning. Alright, so what is this? Increase water resistance by 8. Additional 5% chance of evading attack while casting. Not too great. Let's give ourselves some water damage here. Let's see here, because this is 4 to max HP. Increase fire resistance. We'll do this. It means we're not necessarily going to guard break some of the other enemies, but we haven't ran into too many fire non-resistant enemies lately. So let's get up here. And, it's another scary guy. And I thought I saw something glow up there, but I don't think think he's just going to charge at me. Yep, there we go. I knew he was going to do it that time. I was ready for that one. Alright, so we got Ghosty McGhosterson, and they're all just coming to get me all of a sudden, so that's not good. Knock, 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 and Ghastly Wall. So we are going to do the usual thing here. Let's go ahead and Starlight you, because I do have some healing items available. We want to take out the ghost first if we can, so 21 vulnerable to light. And another knock here. Dodged it. That's very fortunate dodge. Oh, I really should have slowed her down there, and I went for the items, so we got to waste a turn to defend. But fortunately, I should be able to defend both of their attacks. Should be able to. And defending also prevents getting interrupted, so it's another reason to defend here. So we get a critical hit on the water here. And am I going to be able to catch up to you? Looks like it. Let's see if he's vulnerable to water. He is kind of a statue. You'd think a statue would be vulnerable to water, but he is vulnerable to getting interrupted. Can I actually keep him stun locked? I think so. Because you can trick out and get a little bit of recovery right here. Now this one's going to be a lot closer. Okay, he's just going to knock me once. Alright, so I can heal myself, and that's when we're getting the little prompt for that. Let's see here. He's actually showing signs of weakness, so this could be death by girl execution. So level up to level 5. Does that restore my stats? We're going to find out. More HP is good. Another skill point is good. And yeah, what do we want? We want maybe defend 2. 1 MP extra is really nice, but I think defend 2 is going to be a little more important. Now I can upgrade my dodge, or I can go down to light ray. Powerful light attack with a 10% chance of killing a targeted dark creature instantly. Light is strong against dark. So it is longer. It does take more than that. It does cost more MP. I kind of like having the little nuke right now, but I'm going to go, and don't forget to press Y right here. There it is on Bard. Aurora, be on guard. Well, that's ominous, because I thought I just fought the boss here, but I am fortunately back to full capabilities. So that's a start. Certainly nothing can be wrong. All I have to do is just free the Queen of the Forest, you could say. Here at last. Beware, a spell has been cast. I am imprisoned behind the glass. So what do we do? I wonder what we saw before. There is red, green, and blue, and I'm seeing all kinds of colors here. Perhaps shine that light. And we do actually, oh wow, some actual item recovery as well, just from whatever I cursored over, iconed over. So we're already at max healing here, but you can see I can't shine anything other than red. And if I just hold this, it doesn't do anything, but I can move the stick. And there's purple. Of course, there's no purple here. So we'll do green. I said we'll do green. And it's interesting that you have to get it at the right angle for that. Nice little ominous, I'm nearly freed, be fast. And it's funny how trusting this girl is, because it sounds like free me, free me, free me is usually some kind of trap. Okay, let's actually get this right. There's the blue dot. Not the friendliest exercise for someone who's colorblind, but here we go. All the stained glass is gone, and who dares challenge the Queen of the Night? And we has gargoyles in here, a tiny nothing with locks of red. Okay, here's your boss music, first boss of the game. As we have a very nice setting right here, and you guys are just a little scary. 'Tis but a dream, trust not what you see, they seem real to me and they want us dead. Okay, so we are gonna be trying the following strategy here, and we can poke him like this and just make him animate a little bit if you want. But what I like to do with things like this, you have two guys who are going to be attacking really hard here. I'm going to be trying to focus one down as fast as possible, because having two of these is bad enough as is. And they're going to waste some time buffing each other first. But they are vulnerable to light, so that's a start. Decapitate, that does not sound like a pleasant attack here. And I don't know if I'm going to get this one off in time, so we're going to go for it, though. Uh-oh. That wasn't good, and that's why I'm saying hard is definitely a little harsher here. Because now this guy's just gonna... He's just gonna be fast. There's not a lot we can do about it. Wow, really? Well, there we go. He healed for 5, healed his buddy, and now we're at a... I guess getting one more mana could have been really nice. So we're gonna get decapitated again. I need to collect wishes because I'm down on my luck. Let's go ahead and defend. Because that one interruption really kind of stunk. Okay, let's see if we can... we want to slow this guy down. I'm going to have to use a mana pot to get some of that mana back. Alright, so let's see here. Will this kill him? 12 damage is quite hefty. So I'm going to get 2 attacks. This may actually be enough to kill me. Okay, so he's not attacking. Jupiter's Spear for 7 damage. Alright, so... Potions, we got Healing Tonic. Takes short time. Everything takes time in this game. And wow, we have all kinds of elixirs that I don't have. That's nice that they give you, I guess, everything. Healing Tonic. Use items. Only 21 healing. Okay. But we are still going to try and kill that guy first. Because I can manage these guys a little bit better once I get one down. Would love to have an additional Starlight to cast, but what can you do? There's one down. Good. Not really too much point in slowing him down at this point. Well, I guess there could be one because I don't really want him to attack here, but since he's going to be able to do anything before I can, might as well defend. And defending is instant. And it will let me attack a little bit faster, so 3 damage, I'm armored. So it's going to be all about timing this now. Now, I could try and get the additional Starlights in here. In fact, that's probably a good idea, because I do have a magic potion. Only recovers 75% of MP, but that'll be enough. So 8 MP restored, that'll be enough. He's just going to get one more. Well, I can defend first, so... And that'll reduce damage by quite a bit. Because we don't want that speed buff to keep going. I'm going to get 1 Starlight in. Maybe 2. Might be able to squeeze 2 in. If I can interrupt him on the second one. Okay, so he's vulnerable to light. I am losing my shine power pretty fast. Okay, so he is going for some kind of fast attack. Probably that's to buff his speed. No, to heal. Okay. So that's some healing for him. And let's go ahead and Starlight again. And is that going to interrupt him? It's going to be really close. Yes, it did. Good. Alright. So I just want to delay him enough to be able to defend this attack. Okay, that's a little worse, I guess you could say, because now he's going to be hitting really fast. So another healing tonic for me. Because we only have items to heal with right now, and I'm just going to have to be able to tank at least 1 undefended hit. Because my poor little sprite cannot actually get the defend out in time. Okay, so 9 damage there. Just a slash. It's going to take at least 1 more to knock him out. As I'm wasting my stuff right here. Okay, so we got some stuff available now. Just going to be hack and slash to the end here. Pretty intense fight. Only 640 experience, but that is a level, so level 6. For Aurora, who is a badass, and I get Magic Stardust as well. So pretty good stuff. And here we go for some more story sequence. Because what is an RPG if not something that is a vehicle for a story? Madame, snared I am in this dreamland. I'm ready to wake up now. Child of vision, take my hand. So you can see what Aurora's motivation is throughout a lot of this. So what is the vision?
Once the sun shone upon a land of sequined valleys and peaks of white. And at night ruined castles glowed with alabaster light. From the stars in the crescent moon, a queen of light ruled this rambling place. Each night she walked the palace alone, her luminosity dawn's own face. Until one night there was no trace. The queen had vanished, and with her the light. Dark resided in its place, a usurper, Umbra, hid from sight. She sent her daughters in her stead, the sun, the stars, and the crescent moon. They pilfered from the sky, extinguished them with the monsoon. Then Umbra's dark creatures conquered the land. Our lives soon snuffed out by a wave of her hand.
Madame, thank you for the story, but I wish to wake. And that's the lady at the forest. So dull my speech you fell asleep. What I speak is real, not fake. All around us is the land of Lemuria. I am afraid this is not a dream, Aurora. The only way is a magic link, a mirror behind the throne, stolen by Umbra, Queen of the Night. The sole path home is to banish the night. Bring back the stars, the sun, the moon, the light. No, unacceptable, my father waits. Now that's a good turn by Aurora here. She's like, that's crap, get me out of here now. Kind of going for the Wizard of Oz ending, I guess. The Firefly said you'd help me post haste. I have a name, you know. Do not despair, my dear. I created Ignilcius. I'm sure there's a Latin pronunciation for that to help to aid you. A bug the size of a pin, no good, I fear. Never I shall recover the sun, the stars, and the moon. Do not despair, my dear, for the sun and the moon seek the high and the lowest room. First go back from whence you came, past the altar and wake this day. Through a tree of thorns sharp and tangled, seek help along the way. And what are the stars, is what you ask. How will I reach the skies? Why, child, the answer lies above you. Open your eyes. And here we have a light above Aurora. And you can imagine what this does. If you've read anything about the game, you might have an idea. And there we go. Suddenly, what an incredible surprise is now she has wings. It's not Red Bull. I'm a fairy. I'm in flight. Aurora, you're a child of the light, so that's a little forced. Now listen carefully. Keep that charmed crown upon your brow. Never remove it. Clear? One last thing before I go. If you ever despair, my dear. Thank you. What exactly does this do? Sorry, child, I can't hear you, and goodbye. Wait, but I must know my father. Is he alright? I'm surrounded by endless night, and there we go. We can press B to fly. Isn't that like the best instructions ever? And there is no flight meter. There's no nothing. You can just fly how you want to. So all kinds of little things and treasures to see. No, I want to go back and get that. This is where I want to fly. Onward, upward, high. I want to go back. Into the west is the next area, though. And I do think there's going to be some item collection to be had. But for now, this is as good of a time as any to end it. Like I said, there's some thematic things going on. Kind of some fairy tale repetition to a point. But our next goal is to go west to the Tree of Thorns, where I couldn't go before. And apparently there's also some nice floating balloons back there. But that's for another time, another place. For now, this is Way to Fail with Child of Light. We're level 6, made it through the first dungeon, first boss fight. All good so far. Hope you enjoyed it. If you feel free to comment if you like what you saw. Otherwise, I will see you all next time.